introduce yourself in Luxembourgish for us?
Ja. Moin, ich heiße Sonja.
Wow!
Ich komme aus Tacoma und ich wohne in Belgium. I studied at PLU from 2008 to 2012, and while I was here, I majored in French and Global Studies. And then after PLU, I went for a year to Spain to teach English, came back and worked at PLU for a couple of years, and then went to grad school in Switzerland and did my master's and PhD in anthropology and sociology. Especially it was studying away here at PLU. I went to Martinique with Rebecca and then for a semester in Cameroon and Norway, and in each of those times did some kind of field research type of work. You have a whole new all kinds of systems to navigate, figuring out how you find an apartment and even things that seem very trivial, but like, how do you take out your trash? Where do you take out your trash? You're in a brand new place, like everything is new. You have to figure it all out from scratch. I had used the train all the time, but it's a really different perspective when you're a passenger versus the people who are working on it. And so following them, you see all these things that they do behind the scenes that you would have no idea that they do otherwise. I use French every day, but it's always different when you learn a language later in life to feel fully at home. There are still things that I learn all the time, words and expressions and things that are not, or cultural things that people who are from a country grow up with certain kinds of cultural references, and then when you come from outside you have a lot to catch up on. But that's also a wonderful thing that you're constantly learning new things. The biggest draw of anthropology is the relationships and the people. And we always say that all of these relationships that you have with people, even doing research, they're all social relationships. In Belgium, it is a huge connection to all of my PLU studies. I'm working on a project that has to do with migrant storytelling and literature. And so taking the languages and literatures experience that I have from studying here at PLU and studying French, and then also there a lot of my field research is in French in Brussels, and then the global studies and anthropology, and so it really feels like a beautiful mix of all these different things that I've studied. I think students are in a lot of places doing so much more than anybody else, really, in terms of making a positive impact on the world. When you see kind of social movements, mobilizations around the world, I experienced this also in actually all the places that I've lived, really, in Spain and then in Nicaragua and Luxembourg and Belgium. The biggest social movements, protests, all that kind of stuff that I've been a part of have been largely students.